It's Saturday, July 27th. I'm Stephanie Bertini in the Fox 5 newsroom. Thank you for joining us live on the Fox Local app. The first subway weapon detecting scanner is up at the Fulton Street station. A 30-day pilot program just launched in the city, placing electronic detectors in different subway stations. Riders will be selected at random to walk through. Some are calling these types of searches unconstitutional. Singer Justin Timberlake's lawyer filed a motion to get his DWI case dismissed after the star failed to appear in court yesterday. The pop star was charged on June 18th in Sag Harbor. Timberlake was arrested and released without bail. His next court date is August 2nd. His lawyer said he will appear virtually. Checking the forecast today, sunny and very warm tonight, comfortable tomorrow, hot and lots of sun. Now to some food for thought. When you order boneless chicken wings, some would assume that you would actually be boneless. That very question made its way all the way up to the Ohio Supreme Court. A man sued after he was seriously injured when what he thought was a boneless wing went down the wrong way. Fox 5's Jennifer Williams separates the meat from the bone for us.
I prefer bone-in wings.
Bone-in wings. It's more real, you know. Chickens have bones.
I prefer boneless wings because you get straight to the meat. You don't have to eat around, no bones, no nothing, just straight to the goodness.
Well, now that goodness comes with a catch. On Thursday, the Ohio Supreme Court ruled that chicken wings advertised as boneless can indeed have bones.
It's absurd.
We asked criminal defense attorney Randy Zellin to give us his take on the ruling.
This is why people are mistrustful of the justice system, why people don't think that they can get justice, that they can get a fair shake.
The claim was brought to court by a restaurant patron who suffered serious medical complications from getting a bone stuck in his throat after eating an order of boneless wings.
What possible justification could there be for tossing a case out of court with a representation that says you're getting boneless chicken and I get an 1 3/8 bone that lacerates my esophagus?
The 4-3 ruling claimed boneless wing refers to a cooking style and shouldn't be taken literally because chickens, of course, have bones.
Then it shouldn't be called boneless because if it's still got a piece of bone in it, and it's not that's crazy.
I would definitely expect them to have no bone in it because it says boneless, so there shouldn't be any bone in there.
If I ordered boneless wings and there were bones in it, I'm sending it back. This is not what I ordered. I'm going to send it back. Yeah.
Zellin added that patrons have every reason to think boneless wings are just that.
In New York, I'd like to think that there aren't a lot of judges that would be so, and maybe here I will be pithy, wouldn't be so boneheaded.
Bones are out there on the loose, folks. Be careful.
In downtown Brooklyn, Jennifer Williams, Fox 5 News.
More fallout from New Jersey Senator Robert Menendez's bribery conviction. Robert Menendez Elementary School in West New York will revert back to its original name, PS3. West New York's mayor said the name change will happen before the start of the school year. The school was named after Menendez back in 2013. The senator announced last week he would resign following his conviction on corruption charges. The push is on to save a beloved restaurant and theater in Hell's Kitchen. The Westbank Cafe and its Laurie Beachman Theater are in jeopardy of closing. Fox 5's Jessica Formoso has more on the space's history and what you can do to help it from closing its doors for good.
We are a pillar in the neighborhood. As Lewis Black, our playwright in residence, once said, we've created a place to fail.
A few days ago, Steve Olson, owner of the Westbank Cafe and the Laurie Beachman Theater, was set on closing his doors for good after 46 years. But things changed overnight, the theater community jumping in to save the iconic venue.
There's hope. I was out of hope, and now I'm renewed that, there's a possibility we can pull this off.
This New York City staple hasn't been able to bounce back from the pandemic.
Our business keeps going up dramatically every year, but we haven't been able to catch up with the old debt that's hanging for the last couple of years.
Olsen says as soon as they announced they were closing, business quadrupled, and that's exactly what we saw.
A neighborhood, a restaurant, a theater.
The Laurie Beachman Theater is in the basement of the Westbank Cafe. It's known for its experimental performances, from plays to musicals to cabaret, comedy and drag shows, launching the careers of many actors, comedians, producers, and writers.
Aaron Sorkin started here, Warren Leight, John Patrick Shanley, so many incredible artists, so many writers who have gone on to win Tonys and Pulitzers and had their work performed all over the place, started on this stage.
Comedian Louis Black not only performed on the stage numerous times, but he ran the theater at one point. And the late Joan Rivers had her final show right here. Tony nominee Joe Iconis and producer Tom D'Angora are fighting for the legendary spot in the theater world to remain open.
I really got my start here.
They, along with their colleagues, have set up a GoFundMe trying to raise $1 million. This isn't the first time they're putting up a fight. During the pandemic, they helped raise $250,000 to help the Westbank Cafe through the pandemic.
The last time was an emergency. We were surviving. This time, we're fixing all the problems, looking towards the future, and thriving.
So many dining here want the same thing. Actress Melissa Gilbert and her husband, actor Timothy Busfield, say this is their spot.
We've watched multiple generations of people come through, and to have that end and to feel that is gone would be such a void.
I'm romantic about what we do. I love it, and this is an institution.
Tom, Joe, and the crew are planning a number of events next month, including fundraisers and a gala right here at the Westbank Cafe. They're doing everything they can to keep the doors open, and they are confident they will pull it off. In Hell's Kitchen, I'm Jessica Formoso, Fox 5 News.
FDNY Commissioner Laura Kavanaugh attended her last graduation ceremony Friday. Nearly 300 probationary firefighters graduated from the FDNY's Fire Academy. It was one of the most diverse graduating classes in the department's history. A goal, Kavanaugh said, was one of her main priorities when she started as commissioner.
When I sworn in that New York City is the love of my life, and I mean that. I will miss the department, but I will certainly be helping the city in whatever I do next.
Kavanaugh says she's stepping down to focus on her family. It could be the new pickleball. New York City's first ever disc golf course has opened its doors along the Brooklyn-Queens border. Fox 5's Kendall Green got the inside scoop on how you play disc golf and why it's getting so much hype.
That sound of discs flying through the clanking chains is music to the ears of disc golfers on the Highland Park course in Brooklyn. As the only course in the borough, it's home to players like Jazz and Jackson, who get their fair share of time on the course.
It's fun. It's good exercise. You challenge yourself, and it's something to get better at. It's always fun to get better at things.
The sports profile is growing across the country with 15,000 courses nationwide. That number doubled since 2017. Jackson hopes the number of players will too.
If I see people looking, I try to say like, hey, just this is what's going on, and sometimes I'll, give them a Frisbee or something, hope to grow the game.
Alex Bender with the New York City Disc Golf Association isn't surprised with the growing trend. The game, hence the name, is a lot like golf, but less expensive. Players start on the turf. The target is to throw the flying disc into the basket in as few throws as possible. Each hole on the course is assigned a par, and like golf, lesser throws, you're under par. More throws, you're over par. Players come from all over the city to get a game or two in weekly, telling Fox 5 it's worth the trip. But increasing accessibility in partnership with NYC's Parks Department, they say, is an aim of the association.
It's the first course in Brooklyn and Queens, and it's the first course since the one in Randall's Island on the 90s. So it's kind of the only disc golf course in all of the 5 boroughs right now.
So more people can get a chance to test out their arms and accuracy while slowing down the pace for a couple of hours for some friendly competition.
It's a way to stay active and healthy for anyone, like school age all the way to old age. It's a way to stay mentally sharp because you're kind of problem solving, and it's just, generally like a great activity for a person and an amenity for a community.
In Cypress Hill, Brooklyn, Kendall Green, Fox 5 News.
I'm Stephanie Brutini. Have a great day.